Hi everybody, happy Good Friday. My name is Shira Yadlin and I serve as the director of Just Homes, which is our district church justice housing initiative. I've been part of the district church community for about 6.5 years, and I am delighted to share with you all today a spiritual practice that has been a real gift to my spiritual journey. It's called the Ignatian sensory reading method. Now, any of you who knows me knows that I absolutely love reading. I get totally immersed in whatever it is that I'm reading, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. I get lost in that world. I love exploring new concepts through the pages of text. And particularly right now, I found myself diving deep back into the Harry Potter series. In this time of physical distancing, I'm imagining myself running through the corridors of the Hogwarts castle and hanging out with characters who feel like my best friends. And I absolutely love it. But I'm ashamed to say that I don't always approach reading the Bible with the same zeal that I approach reading other things. And a few years ago, I found myself asking, what would happen if I applied the same sense of wonder and curiosity that I use when reading other things to my reading of the Bible? And as I started to read scripture with the full range of my imagination, I started to see what is probably obvious to many of you, that the Bible holds all of the same elements that I love in other books. There is so much adventure, and the characters are wonderfully complex. There's so much depth in the Bible that no matter how many times I read the same passage, there's always something new to discover. It really is a gift from God that is just bursting with mysteries for me to uncover. And a huge part of learning how to read the Bible this way was the Ignatian sensory reading method, sometimes called sacred imagination or imaginative contemplation. This is a practice that invites the reader to imagine themselves within the pages of the text. Using all 5 senses, we're invited to experience rather than just read the Bible. This practice comes from St. Ignatius of Loyola, who is the founder of the Jesuit order within Catholicism. And I want to walk us through how to do that today. So the first step is to pick a passage of scripture. Today is Good Friday, and so I encourage you to pick a passage from one of the Gospels from the end, near the Good Friday narrative. I've included a couple of ideas in the blog post that accompanies this video. So once we pick a passage of text, we read it. And as we read it, we try to use all 5 senses. We try to imagine ourselves within the story and observe what's happening around us. So as you read, picture yourself within the scene and look around you. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste or feel? How do you feel? What do you hear? What do you notice around you? Do you find yourself drawn to the perspective of a certain character? Or are you a fly on the wall observing what's happening? Do you notice anything you didn't notice before? Do you have questions? What are you curious about? Read the passage a couple of times and keep paying attention to what's around you. Try not to analyze what you're seeing, just experience it. Try not to analyze, just observe. When you come out of the text, take some time to reflect on what it was that you saw. Did you notice anything new? Did some new truths emerge that you maybe missed last time you read the passage? Bring those things to God. Bring your observations and experiences to the Lord and see what He has to say. Call up a friend and talk about what you saw. Do this activity with your small group because you'll probably all notice different things in the passage and you can learn from one another. Send me an email. Tell me what you experienced. Church, I pray that as you approach the Bible using the full range of your imagination and allow your curiosity to roam free within the pages of the text, I really believe that this ancient text will come to life in new and beautiful ways. I pray that you are keeping safe and healthy during this time, and I so look forward to being with you again when we're able to meet in person.